Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I want to talk about breathing in today. But before I start, if you like this video or subscribe to my YouTube channel, YouTube thinks I'm wonderful and then I can make many more videos like this one for you, which I'd love to do. So thank you very much for your support. So, breathing in. Before I start, let's just recap, because in my last video, I talked about the importance of posture in optimal breathing. So, if you imagine there's a string attached to the crown of your head and someone's pulling it, you will find that your body goes completely into alignment because you're pulling up. So your shoulders go back and down. Your chest is lovely and open, and if you open your feet a little bit, then you plant it, aren't you? So you're absolutely centered and in alignment and ready for optimal breathing. So why do I separate breathing in and breathing out? It's a good question. Normally when we breathe, we're not consciously aware of breathing, are we? I mean, we do it so much. We breathe 17 times per second all the time, and we're not aware of it. But in order to breathe optimally, and also for using your voice properly, at least in the beginning, we breathe consciously. And it's interesting because breathing is one of the only functions in your body that you can do that you can consciously change. I mean, you can't consciously start beating your heart or doing your, any other function actually, digestion or anything like that. But breathing you can do that with. So it is very interesting that we can do that. So the other thing is, of course, that people don't think about is when we breathe, our whole body is breathing. Everything is connected. Our mind, body, spirit, and our breathing and our emotions. So I want to just make you aware of the fact that once you start doing this type of breathing, because your emotions are connected, so closely connected to your breathing, you may find that all kinds of things come up, emotions you'd forgotten about or suppressed or anything. I'm not a therapist, but I've seen this happen so often that I feel I have to mention it. So don't be alarmed when that happens. It's normal and natural. So if you suddenly burst into tears or whatever, nothing is wrong. It's as a result of this breathing. In a previous video, I think I have explained that we breathe very high in our bodies in order to distance ourselves from our true selves. And so, of course, when you reverse the process, your true self comes out. So, how do performers breathe differently? So, as I said, we're going to start with breathing in. Breathing out, exhalation, we will do in another video, because that is how we control the breath when we speak or sing. So, but optimal breathing starts with breathing in, okay? So after posture, of course, we look at tension. We don't want any tension here in the upper body or anywhere else really in our body. So first of all, as I said, we look at the tension. So most people breathe really high in their bodies. And so look what happens when I do that. Can you see everything's lifting and this is all like very tense, and you could probably hear that my voice changed. Right? So that is what we don't want. You can probably hear the voice sounds like it's in my throat a little bit. And that's not what we want. We want the voice to fly out from your mouth. And if you breathe too high, it's almost like it stays here and you can't project it at all. So we don't want that, right? We want the voice to fly, to be free. And so we need as little tension here as possible. So that's the first thing we look at. I always say to my students, breathing is the canvas on which you paint your word pictures, your sound pictures. So if that canvas is not smooth and beautiful, then your sound pictures cannot be as beautiful as they can be, right? So we need to get that right. Like I said, it is really important to do the optimal breathing first in order to get good voice production. I mean, sometimes if you go to conservatoires, for example, they teach you breathing for 6 months before they get to voice work. I don't do that. I teach everything at once, but I teach it step by step in this way that I'm doing it with you now. So, I want you to do the following exercise with me so that you can experience deep breathing for yourself. Now, before we start though, I just want to mention something. I do what we call abdominal breathing, okay? I know a lot of people talk about diaphragmatic breathing, and I'm not going to say anything negative about it because there is a place for that. But in order to do optimal breathing and for best vocal performance, vocal production, we use abdominal breathing. Okay, so of course we can stand for this. We can also, the best way actually to do it is to lie down, because then you can really feel the sensation of breathing. But so for now, put your hands below your navel, on your stomach, below your navel, okay? And the reason we do that is because we want the diaphragm to relax down. So in order to get the stomach muscles to relax there, we need to relax those muscles when we breathe in. So when you breathe in and your hands are on your stomach below your navel, you can feel that it almost feels like you're pushing your hands away from your body. Now, I can do it with my mouth closed or open, and you'll see there's no tension here at all. So breathing through my nose, no tension. You can see probably a little bit of my rib cage moving here because it has to. That's where we're breathing, through our ribs, through our lungs. That's situated here. So, and I can do it through my mouth, and the same thing will happen. No tension. Okay, tension looks like this, or like this. Can you see the difference? Okay, so if you stand in front of a mirror, you can quite easily see what you're doing. Okay, so I mean, the reason we do this, of course, is to get the diaphragm, excuse me, which is a very strong membrane, to relax down a little bit so that it elongates our lungs and we can have full lung breathing. Okay, that's what we want. So if you are one of those people who breathe in and pull your stomach in while you're breathing in, you will find that you will cause tension here. Okay, so it is one of the reasons we breathe low in the body like that. Of course, you can't breathe in your stomach. It's not possible. So when people say breathe low in your body, what they mean is relax the muscles in your stomach so that it goes out when you breathe in. So some people think of it as a balloon. They go, well, your stomach is like a balloon. So when you breathe in, it expands like a balloon. And when you breathe out, you allow the air to come out again. I don't mind which image works for you as long as it works. So place your hands on your stomach below your navel and breathe in. Or even through your mouth. And no tension, no tension. There will be slight movement because, as I said, you're breathing into your lungs, and your lungs is situated here on either side of your body, okay, inside your rib cage. So it moves. Of course it moves. It must move. So, but there are other ways that you can find to do this. I mean, obviously we're going to use this mostly when standing, when we're performing or speaking or singing, but you can find out how it feels very well when you lie down. Or you can sit and pull your knees up to your chest, and then you'll feel that naturally you can feel the breathing happening in your stomach. Don't slouch over, pull your knees towards your chest, okay? The other thing is you can stand next to a wall with your back next to a wall, and then pull one knee up, just one at a time, but pull them up towards your chest. Don't slouch forward again. And then you'll feel, you can actually feel the sensation of breathing on that side where you've pulled your knee up. Okay, so those are other ways to try and find the sensation of this. If you continue doing this and it becomes a natural thing in your life, you will find enormous benefits from it. You will find that you sleep better, you're calmer, you'll think clearer, but most of all, you'll feel more confident. And here's the funny thing. When my students, they all say the same thing. Once they start feeling more confident and they feel more centered in their bodies and they feel like they, in control of situations and stuff, because this breathing makes you feel that way, then they say things like, but other people can notice it too. They notice something's different. They don't know what it is. So they say things like, have you changed your hair or your makeup or, something, or did you get rid of glasses or something? They know something has changed, but they don't know what. So people notice it quite quickly when this is kicking in. It can take a little bit of time. Doesn't necessarily have to, but it can take a little bit of time. So don't be just, hurry yourself up. Don't become, beating yourself up if you can't do it straight away. It is something that takes a little time, and it is breathing, and it is slow breathing. So it's supposed to help calm you down. So just try. But as I said, it has enormous benefits. It is the first step in beginning to breathe optimally for performance. So thank you very much for watching. We'll leave it there for now. If you liked this video, it would be lovely if you leave some comments. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will respond to them. If you've got anything to say or want to contact me, please do so. I'm happy to talk to you at any time. Obviously, I'm in the UK, so, please bear that in mind. So until next time, happy breathing.